Everybody, welcome back. It's your boy Lmacncheese, and today I wanted to cover some Soulframe content because, for the post I was going to say I was going to actually cover some Soulframe content, like I just said, and I want to actually, because I'm a big time, huge Warframe player, almost since like the beta 11 some years in Warframe, and I really like what Soulframe is like coming together, and I like to be with things as they build. As you see in this kind of channel, probably we're kind of covering games that are like growing, that are building. So there was a Soulframe prelude video that they do, like they do their little like little shorts ish kind of thing, and they cover some new things that they're adding. I'm personally not in the prelude yet. It's not pretty much. I'm not going to get into like the whole public release thing gets in there, but I want to cover the video, talk about it, my impressions, my thoughts, and kind of like just have a little. Just watch, let's put a little stuff on the channel about this. So get into the video. All right, let's get into this little video here. Hopefully it's not too loud. I hope.
Hey, hi, boys. Welcome back. We're here with another Soul Shorts. It's been a while. I'm Sarah. Who are you guys? Yes.
I'm Jeff.
Yeah, and we have some updates for you today. We have Soulframe Prelude 6 coming out this week.
In HD, I think it's cool.
These are motion graphics.
Yeah,
Yep.
motion graphics.
SCTV style. Yep.
And yeah,
SCTV, a lot of people get that reference. Yeah. If you're my age, you will.
Jeff,
Yes.
what's coming in Soulframe?
Like she doesn't get most of the jokes. She's just there.
So this is kind of like our hot potato update coming out of TennoCon, because a lot of people in the studio took time off in August, coming from TennoCon.
Jeff's gotten so old.
September.
It's his hair.
So mainly, you're going to be getting what we showed at TennoCon. Cool. We're going to be showing the kind of like...
I knew Jeff. I didn't really know Jeff, but I knew Jeff when he had color in his hair. It's like nice and brownish, I think, like dark brown, something like that. But and then Steve had a full color hair. Yeah, it's been a while.
Verminia. Rats, and yeah, the little Nimrod fight that leads up to her. Yes. And then when you unlock her, you will get our kind of very first quick pass in a customization, similar to what you saw in the demo. If you saw the demo, it will right now just be a random set of presets that you can cycle through and commit to if you like.
We've seen this.
Do we have the Megan
a little
set
bit
with the pink and green?
I think
Did you pull it?
I think I might lose that.
Right
now.
Oh,
I think I might lose that battle. I think it might be in there. But
Okay.
So eventually there will be more customization options.
That's right. Yeah. Right now it's just an overall palette change. We're still working on it to let you tune it, kind of like similar to our other game, Warframe, where you can kind of like pick certain elements to.
As it should be.
There's no UI. It's sort of a
There's
toggle.
no UI. It's just a toggle through templates that you
For
can.
now. Work
Okay,
in
just for now.
progress.
Yep.
We
And
have
humans
rats
will
doing
make
all
sure that
this.
it's made fun of if
Okay,
it
excellent.
makes sense.
Verminia will dunk on that.
Yes.
What else have we been working on? I think we've been polishing our combat.
This is.
We've been working on it.
I remember during TennoCon they showed off the combat, and the whole section looked cool, but the combat looked really bad, and a lot of people have been just absolutely ragging on them about it. And I'm like, I get it. Feedback is very important, and people are like, "Oh, this game's gonna be awful because of it." It's like, no, this game is going. People, I think people who will say that, people who don't know how they get down in Warframe. All right, when something's not liked, especially the new team, they'll fix it. They'll get on this. Even though this is like the old team, but it's an old new team, but they take feedback, they're gonna get on it. And I'm like, just let them cook. Literally let them cook. And they're gonna fix a lot of the issues people have with combat. But I'm glad a lot of people were so vocal about it, because I'm pretty sure it would change anyway. But it's just good to know that when you're vocal enough, things get done. So, well, I ain't see it. Let's see.
Working on
Yes, it's like it's different. Is it more polished? I don't. That's debatable. But we are putting a lot of work into updating that, and we are kind of be shipping a version.
Ooh, look at that little parry right there he
sword and
did.
Sword and board weapons. There's a little bit of jank still in there, but we want to kind of get it out and see how it feels, so we can progress it a bit. What's different? Like there's a bit more.
So there's I would say there's three things, just
Yep.
because I'd like to say three things.
Okay.
That looks a lot smoother.
Obviously, animation updates. So
Yes.
the content is different. And then we have two major things that are technical things. So hopefully Sarah can find some footage of this.
Yes.
But,
Insert here.
but one of the one of the first things in TennoCon that was cringy was when the enemy died, he went through the mesh.
Yes.
Very cringe.
So ragdolls now can collide and so you avoid that kind of like getting lost in the
Yes.
corruption pools that we had there. So
Okay.
that's a new thing that we've got technically, and the other one that we're experimenting with now, which is a cool feature, which is root motion warping, which instead of just sliding on your feet, it still slides a bit, but what it does is it accentuates. If there's a jump,
That's
in
a
the
word.
animation, root motion warping can say, oh, well, if the enemy is 2 meters away instead of 1 meter away, then extend that jump a little bit further.
And it uses lock on to determine that.
It uses lock on to determine that, and so this will be part of how we get, more connectedness and more groundedness with the combat.
Okay.
Because obviously part of the critique was a lot of sliding.
Yes.
There was a lot of
There's still
sliding.
a bit of sliding. There always will be. But this,
for sure.
this warping technique is a way to take an animation that's made specifically for the warping technique and stretch it to various different lengths without really looking like you're skating all over.
That's right.
No more
So I wonder if they'll have like lore reasons for this, like because usually if they have a mechanic that kind of a janky kind of thing like that, they'll like maybe chalk it up to like this is how they fight, this is how Soulframe fighters fight or something like that. I would have like some kind of like something to like niche it like lore wise into the game. They'd be like, oh yeah, that's why that happens or something like that.
skating.
And there was
Less skating.
Less
There's a fourth
skating.
thing. There's a fourth thing. The enemies, the grunt enemies, got to hit react pass. So
Right,
there's a
yes.
bit more. There's better feedback.
I like that. Her reactions are big.
Nice to take. Yep.
And again, if you're confused, Preludes means pre-alpha. So,
So a lot of people didn't know that. This is like literally pre-alpha footage. What they're doing is like early stuff. People are going like overboard. Like this is early stuff. All right. Like this is a lot of policies needs to be done. A lot of content needs to be added. A lot of people are still like ragging on this game. Like this is an alpha. All right. You don't give games crap in early access because it's early access. This is like the same thing. So.
There is a bit of forgiveness you need to give us, and sometimes maybe going super detailed on some combat skating is not worth it versus say getting the RPG progression system in, which is kind of our goal for the next Preludes.
Which we were just talking about this morning.
Yeah.
There's
Progression.
a couple other little things. We have some new encounters in the dungeons,
Yes.
and
That's right.
as well as a couple fun puzzles.
Yes, some mirror puzzles and things like that.
Uncover the
Yep.
secrets.
Nothing progression based, but they're cool little interactive puzzles that can give you a nice little reward.
And some little notes. Obviously,
We have some
a lot
lore.
of critique we get is I can't figure out what I need to figure out.
Yes, that's
What
right.
am I supposed to be looking
That's
for?
right,
So
yep.
there's some notes that have been blown in throughout Alka.
Yes, you can find these little notes that give you hints about the things you should be looking for in the game, which will help. And again, we're still experimenting with how subtle we want the exploration to be, and
I like
not
that.
really holding your hand versus I'm missing half the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, and I think the lesson we learned.
Real quick, I'm sorry I keep pausing, but this is how it's gonna be. But I just thought, and I just realized I don't really know how these things are essential, like the content in dungeons. Like in Warframe, it's exterminate, capture, defense, and stuff like that. But what are we really doing in missions? Like are we just exploring? Are we trying to solve something? What are we really doing? I never actually realized. I never still actually realized that. What are we actually doing?
Learned from Verminia, which you'll get to play with getting the rat that leads you to her. I think we're actually going to be re-looking at some of the other ancestor acquisitions to make that a little less random and a little more breadcrumby as well. So
Very good.
yeah.
Okay, well, I have a couple questions.
Okay, cool.
I forgot to shout out what is something that our friends here should know about, Jeff.
I feel like you're setting me up for something I should know
Have
what
you
you're
forgotten?
referencing.
It rhymes with Lorem.
Oh, our forums are live. I
Oh.
knew you were going to honor me with that.
Wow,
That's
okay.
awesome.
I love
If
forums.
you go to forums.soulframe.com, we have forums that are officially live for everyone. If you have a Preludes account and log in, and you have the Preludes flag on your account, there is a little bit extra, but for now, everyone can use them. There's a fan art section. We will be posting patch notes and announcements there, so free for
Ooh.
everyone interested. And yeah, go check them out.
Super cool.
Yeah,
And if
great.
you're old like Steve, now you have a place other than our Discord to.
It's a BBS.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
BBS.
Just kidding.
Like
No
my
fire
old days.
please.
And there's a little modem sound that plays days when you connect.
Oh, exciting.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So we have a couple questions from Preludes players.
Great.
Nick asks, how many melee weapon types are planned as of current?
These say great swords.
Maybe you can talk also about future plans.
I don't think we have like a specific number planned. I know we have some in the queue. We have a mace weapon in the queue.
Great mace, great sword.
What else do we have? I feel like I'm forgetting. We have a great sword in order. So those are the next two kind of on the docket, but they did kind of get delayed with some of these experiments
with
we wanted to
animation system stuff.
Yes, yeah, but those are probably the next ones that you'll see.
Happy.
Is it safe to say one day we hope to have many different kites?
Very much, yeah, very much, yeah.
Yes, this will be a game that has eventually like hundreds of weapons.
Absolutely.
Not like say something like a God of War game where you have like maybe 2 or 3 weapons, or maybe a Ghost of Tsushima where you have kind of like one kind of weapon. This is a lot of different weapon grips and a lot of different weapon and fighting styles.
Yes.
Very good.
I will hope that like we'll be able to bring more than one melee weapon on like Warframe, where you're just stuck to 3 different archetypes of pistols and guns and a sword. I hope we can bring like a great sword and like a pair of daggers, stuff like that. Would be cool. Or I don't know how the range weapon is going to go. I know there's a bow, and I know we have like our animals we can call in too. And I know this is going to be a slower, more methodical kind of game. So I'm wondering what we're going to have, if we're going to have our 3 slots or extra thing kind of stuff like that. Would be kind of cool to know what we get.
Yona asks, is the game going to include a fast travel system at any point?
I wonder this too.
Yes.
Because before you answer this, because you talked about how I think like Arcwing kind of ruined how things are in Warframe, how you can always just go to A to Z really fast, and you lose a lot of like the foliage, a lot of the stuff they worked on, a lot of the scenery. You lose a lot because you're always flying just so fast, and you have the fast travel now on top of that. Like I like personally, I did fast travel because if I want to go to an area, I can just go to the area and be in that area. But like, if they have fast travel, I feel like there has to be like limited fast travel, almost like Red Dead Redemption, but not like Red Dead Redemption because you gotta travel every single place in that game. But hopefully they have like a nice balance. We'll still see what they say.
And it is big enough.
Yeah.
Yes. Right now it is not
Yeah.
big enough. And of course, before we do that, of course we would be adding the mount, the rideable wolf, and that
See, I
sort
was
of
trying
thing.
to give you a different question than the
It's very-
wolf went,
it's
because
very
I also got those again.
That's right,
Yep.
but we do hear you on some of like the toggle sprint and that sort of thing, and we're going to be addressing that.
But that reminds me, we're shipping with 6 a bit of the environmental rework for the tower section.
That's right.
So that's something that's going to be ongoing for a bit. You'll just see some revisions to the artwork in the world, just to kind of give you a better sightlines to important points of interest.
Yeah.
So, and we're starting with the tower right now.
Awesome.
We had a few questions about account resets. Nixel asked, is it possible to request an account reset? Blashed asks, will there be more wipes after this Prelude update? A lot of people want to know. Any more resets?
I think G talked about this wipe as
Probably
like
definitely going to have at least
one more.
mandatory
Yeah.
one. I do wonder, especially when we get the ancestor revisions in with how you acquire them, it might be some people might want to experience that again. So we might have to consider.
Yes. I think we should explore that. I think we should maybe look at talking to a web team and saying, do you really want to? Yes, I really want to. I think especially that person probably is an avid kind of like tester kind of mindset who really wants to go through
Has to be.
the whole experience over again. And that's, but thank you very much for that. So I think we should explore that.
Yeah.
Good
But
idea.
Prelude 6 won't be an automatic
There will
reset.
not be
No,
a reset for this.
Yeah.
We will give you a heads up on the forums if we're going to do that to you.
And the Discord.
And the Discord.
Steve will do it. Taranis asks, are we getting magical weapons like staffs or wands that allow us to play a magician character?
That'd be cool.
Yes, we've talked about this. So we want to kind of suit that. We want to kind of cater to that playstyle as an option as well. So you don't have to get super engaged with enemies like you do with melee. You can be a bit more ranged. And
It's gonna be like the Harry Potter game.
Not for Prelude 6, probably not for Prelude 7, but yes.
Yep.
Very good. Zujelo asks,
I like that you haven't. It seems like this is your first time reading the names.
I don't practice the names. I want to give them an authentic experience.
No, it's good.
You've said the world will change as we progress through the game. How will this work in multiplayer? So, do you have any updates about multiplayer experience at all?
I think we're still talking about that a lot.
Yeah.
It's something we want. We're talking about through the ancestors and maybe how you meet other players. But the permanence part is definitely something that's tricky.
One more thing, I do like when they kind of explain why there's other like yous or like other characters in the game besides just like, you know, this is just it's just an online co-op kind of game. It's like, well, is there other Tenno? Is there other us? Is that just a clone of us? What reason is it that they're there? I personally, a lot of people don't care, and then a lot of people won't even look at it or even like think about it like that. But like personally, for me, I'm a big lore guy, so I'm like, I love just having reasons just to say or just to know why.
It is tricky in a game like this. One of the things I think we keep hearing is this a single player game?
Yes.
And we haven't been doing a great job in kind of explaining that this is supposed to be like an MMO
Look at the
light,
cape.
really
I love the set.
game. And so that's something
Arms
I think
cool.
we're going to try to do more going into this fall, especially with our own internal testing and Prelude 7. One of the ways that we usually solve this stuff in our other game is that whoever formed the squad or party, their world state is what the rest of the team sees.
It should be like
So
that.
it'll probably be a blend of that.
Very cool.
Yes.
But Soulframe is multiplayer.
Yes, it is multiplayer. Yes.
Oops.
Very good.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's all the questions for today.
Okay,
Thank you
awesome.
guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed Prelude 6 if you are playing. And yeah, follow along. Join us everywhere.
Post on the forums.
Go
Yes,
to the
please.
forums
Yes.
I wanna see
and
some
tell
fan art.
Steve
Yep.
how excited you are that there's a forum.
Yes.
And yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching.
Amazing.
Okay, see you next time.
I like right here. You can see this video. There's the cape. They just showed like they didn't cut portions off the cape in school. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I just really like this game. Like I like fantasy. I love futuristic. I love the combination of I just love watching games kind of grow. You know, like I was saying earlier, I just like seeing them just what they're gonna come to be. Like I don't want kids. All right, I can't stand kids. But like I want to watch puppies grow. I want to watch games grow. All right, that's the two things I like to see grow. All right. So I like what we're kind of seeing here. We're gonna slow build. It's gonna be years before this game even like gets any like, you know, forget it gets off the ground. But I'm all here for it. We got time, you know. Well, the world doesn't explode. So I'm really liking this. I just love just a really just adventurous kind of fantasy open world. I don't know what it is, but I'm really here for it. I hope it really does well. So I'll be doing a lot more of these whenever there's a little prelude short popping up or patch notes. I don't know if I'm gonna carve patch notes at the moment, 'cause I still can't play. And even though I signed up the second they opened the thing up, man, I was thinking the prelude invite, but you know, it's fine. I'm gonna play when everybody can play, and I'll definitely be covering a lot more on the channel, patch notes, some gameplay, some reviews on stuff like that. So I think that's about it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and catch you later.